Yeah, first of all, great to be back here at Ecosummit. Today, I'd like to talk to you about 4 interesting, fun, sometimes demanding, most of the times also challenging, but also successful years of corporate venture capital at E.ON, and the lessons learned that we as a team and I personally have made during these years. I'd like to start, though, with a short introduction of E.ON Strategic Co-Investments. We are the corporate venture capital arm of E.ON. We have 2 offices in Essen in Germany and in San Francisco, US. And we have 7 key team members you see here displayed, which are spread across these 2 offices. We are active since end of 2012. And since then, our team made 18 direct investment and 1 fund investment. The team scouts for startup companies with global reach, and we are looking for investment opportunities from Series A onward. Since E.ON founded our corporate venture capital unit, a lot of things have changed in the market. We have actually seen that the number of corporate venture capital units has significantly increased from 2012, 84 to almost 200 by today. A significant increase we see here. And along with that, we also see the number of deals and the numbers of dollars invested in startup companies by corporate venture capital units significantly rise as well. Of course, it's great to see that many of these new units are also here part of the community at Ecosummit, and that's a great development. However, E.ON Strategic Co-Investment, we are set to stay. We do not just simply want to be a part of that uplift trend, but we think now it's important after these 4 years to take the time and also reflect on corporate venture capital at E.ON. Personally, this May, I'm 4 years with E.ON Corporate Venture Capital, and it's actually also my 4th Ecosummit this year. So for that, actually, I'd like to talk to you about 4 key areas in which we made learnings over the time in corporate venture capital. The first one I like to talk about is investment process. The second one is portfolio management. The third one is the relationship between the corporate venture capital unit and the startup. And the fourth and last one I like to talk about is the relationship between the corporate venture capital unit and actually the hosting corporate. Across all our investments we made so far as a team, we found that timing actually is a crucial element in the investment process. And timing needs to be managed consistently. What do I mean by that? So it's not simply enough to start engaging with a startup once the startup raises money. It's also not enough to start talking about strategic collaboration with a startup once you close the deal. Looking at portfolio management, we found over the years bad news, unfortunately but truly, come first in portfolio lifetime. And as we know, corporates have often short planning cycles, often not more than 1 or 2 or 3 years. So that actually this fact needs close management, expectation management towards senior stakeholders, and also it needs patience within the existing team of managing that fact. Coming to the third category, looking at the relationship between the corporate venture capital unit and the host and the startup. So we found that earlier in the investment process, it's possible to spark here a relationship and actually come to an agreement how this collaboration shall work, the better this is for the sustainability of such a relationship over time. Looking to the fourth category, I pointed the relationship between the corporate venture capital unit and the hosting corporate. Here it's really crucial that communication between external stakeholders but also internal stakeholders is ongoing. So it's not enough to simply start investing and then not follow up. It's really important that you follow up with internal management and also the employees internally on investment strategy, objectives, and process. Because it's the case that most of the people within the corporate, they don't have the same extent of contact with the startup as you have, and they don't know the topics as well as we are and are as much exposed to it. So it's really important to get these people involved, not just when setting up the unit, but continuously over time, keep communicating about the objectives, the strategy, and the process to external and internal stakeholders to increase acceptance and success of your unit. And last but not least, and you see that I actually put a second one in this category. You can see here, actually, I made my biggest learnings in the area of corporate relationship with the corporate CVC unit. So I put here an extra one for you. I learned that CVC strategy, process, and activities also need to be adjusted over time. We, as corporate venture capital unit, we foster change each day, and we get our corporate unit to change. But sometimes also we need to sit back and reflect on these changes and start thinking, are still some of the processes and objectives we put in place the right ones, but of course without denying the principles of venture capital at all. So I hope I can get you a little bit to reflect as well and can share some of my learnings I made over the time. Thank you for your attention.